one and all. I am Sujata Dowri, working as assistant professor in SGM College Karad. Today let we see from BSc third year we will see the first topic, univariate continuous probability distribution. In this distribution we have total 8 distributions. Out of these 8 distributions, the first distribution is Laplace distribution, second distribution is log normal distribution, and the third distribution, which is the today's lecture, that is my Cauchy distribution. Okay, so first in this today's first lecture, that is Cauchy distribution, let we define the distribution as, let x is a continuous random variable. It is said to follow Cauchy distribution with two parameters mu and lambda if its PDF is C. Fx is equal to lambda divided by pi into bracket lambda square plus x minus mu square. Okay. So what is Fx? It is lambda upon pi lambda square plus x minus mu bracket square. For the range of x minus infinity to infinity, mu is again minus infinity to infinity, and the value of lambda is strictly greater than 0 is equal to 0 otherwise. I can write this distribution as x follows Cauchy with two parameters mu and lambda. Okay, so that is the definition of Cauchy distribution. Let me repeat it again. Let x is a continuous random variable. It is said to follow Cauchy distribution with two parameters mu and lambda if its PDF is fx is equal to lambda divided by pi into bracket lambda square plus x minus mu bracket square, again bracket complete, for the range of x minus infinity to infinity mu minus infinity to infinity lambda greater than 0 otherwise. Okay, so I can write this distribution as x follows Cauchy with two parameters mu and lambda. Okay, now if I put the value of mu as 0 and lambda is equal to 1, then we get a standard Cauchy distribution. So you can put the values. Okay, what is the values? Mu is equal to 0 and lambda is equal to 1. So what is fx over here? Can you tell anybody from you? What is fx? See, if I put lambda is equal to 1, then it is 1 divided by pi. Then lambda square, that is 1 square, that means it comes as 1 only. Okay, plus x minus mu, that is x minus 0 bracket square, that means it is 1 plus x square. Okay, and the range is same, minus infinity to infinity, and since the values of mu and lambda are constant, I cannot write the range for mu and lambda over here. Okay, so what is fx? 1 divided by pi 1 plus x square for the range of x minus infinity to infinity. It is the PDF of standard Cauchy distribution. Okay, so now let me have the nature of probability curve. Okay, so how I can draw the probability curve? On x-axis we can take the values of x, and on y-axis we can take the values of fx. Okay, so I can have the values as, see, the graph looks like this. In this manner, your graph is like this, and for the next different values of mu and lambda, for this I have mu is equal to 0 and lambda is equal to 1, and for this I have mu is equal to 0 and lambda is equal to 0.5. Okay, so different values of mu and lambda, we will get the different nature of the curve. Okay, so this is the curve. If you look this curve, then it looks like normal distribution only, but it is symmetric about x is equal to mu. It is symmetric about, because in normal distribution, except that it decreases more slowly for large values of x. In the normal distribution it decreases same just like for the positive values, but in the Cauchy distribution it decreases more slowly for the large values of x. That is the only difference. Okay, so let me find the distribution function of Cauchy distribution. So by definition, what is distribution function? Distribution function can be written as fx, and this is equal to minus infinity to x ft dt. Okay, so that means I have put the values of fx as ft. So that means since c in this distribution lambda divided by pi is my constant term. It is come out from the integration sign. So So lambda divided by pi minus infinity to x. In the ft term, I have 1 divided by lambda square plus x minus mu bracket square. Instead of x, I have t, okay, and dt. Fine. Now to solve this integral, we can put t minus mu upon lambda is equal to 1. T minus mu upon lambda is equal to 1. I can put this value. Okay. So what is fx now? Fx is equal to, no, to find fx, see over here, that means t minus mu is equal to lambda y. So dt is equal to lambda dy. And what is range? Range of x is minus infinity to, no, not it is range of x, it is range of t. It is minus infinity to x. So what is the range of y now? See, for the range of y, we need to put this value of t, that is minus infinity over here. If I put value of t as minus infinity, then it gives me answer as minus infinity. And if I put the value of t as x, I get the value as x minus mu upon lambda, simply. Okay. So for minus infinity, it is minus infinity. For x, it is x minus mu upon lambda. So let me put the values over here. So what we get? So let me write it as fx is equal to now lambda by pi, as it is constant term. So we cannot have any simplification over here. So minus infinity x minus mu upon lambda. Okay. And over here we can have this term as 1 divided by, see, t minus mu can be put as lambda y, simply. So that means over here it is lambda square plus t minus mu as lambda y. So lambda square y square. Okay. And dt can be written as lambda dy. So lambda dy. Fine. So this is my term after simplification. So now we simplify it again. See what it comes. So it is lambda get not cancel, actually lambda square. Again it will be cancelled, but see how it comes. Then out of this I have lambda square common. Hence it is, again I have in the denominator lambda square, and hence it is cancelled. Okay. So x minus mu upon lambda 1 divided by 1 plus y square dy. So can you tell anybody out of you, that is, what is the integration of 1 divided by 1 plus y square? Yes, you know it. It is tan inverse of y. So what I get over here, 1 upon pi in the bracket tan inverse of y. For the range minus infinity x minus mu upon lambda. Okay. So let me put the values over here. 1 upon pi tan inverse of x minus mu upon lambda minus tan inverse of minus infinity. Fine. So can you tell anybody out of you what is the value of tan inverse of minus infinity? That I need to put over here. Okay. So tan inverse of minus infinity is pi divided by 2. So I can put the value as 1 divided by pi tan inverse of, this can be written as it is because there is no any simplification, minus pi divided by 2. So after simplification, what we get? See, this term comes as minus pi by 2. So minus minus it gives me plus pi by 2. That is, answer for tan inverse of minus infinity is minus pi by 2. So minus pi by 2 minus pi, it comes as pi by 2. Okay. So what is the value of fx? So value of fx is, simplify the terms as multiply the bracketed term to 1 by pi. So I get the answer. So half 1 upon pi tan inverse of x minus mu upon lambda. So this is fx, that is distribution function of Cauchy distribution with a parameter mu comma lambda. Okay. Now let me find quartiles of Cauchy distribution. So what is quartiles? Quartiles is nothing but we divide the whole data into 4 equal segments so that we get the data divided into 4 equal parts. Okay. So to divide the data into 4 equal parts, we need to cut the data in 3 points so that I get Q1, Q2, Q3. So over here, since we need to find quartiles, that means we need to find 3 values of Q's. that is Q1, Q2, Q3. So formula for quartiles, do you know the formula for quartiles by using distribution function? Yes, you know it. So the formula for quartiles by using distribution function is f of qi is equal to I by 4. Over here the values of I are strictly 1, 2 and 3. So let me find the first quartile. That means we need to have the value of I is equal to 1. That means f of q1 is equal to 1 divided by 4. Okay. So f of q1 means what? In distribution function, instead of x you can put q1. So let me write it. Over here I have the distribution function, hence f of q1, that means I can write instead of x only I can put the value as q1. So half plus 1 upon pi tan inverse of q1 minus mu upon lambda is equal to 1 divided by 4. So I need to solve this equation. So what I get? See, I need to solve this equation to get the value of q1. Okay. So what is the value now? 1 upon pi tan inverse of q1 minus mu upon lambda is equal to 1 by 4 minus half. 1 by 4 minus half, it comes 1 by 4 minus half, it comes as minus 1 by 4, and if I transfer pi, so minus 1 by 4. Okay. Now I transfer pi from this side to this side, and tan inverse is also transferred. So what we get? q1 minus mu upon lambda. So suppose I need to write one more step over here. Minus pi by 4. Okay. Fine. Now transfer tan inverse from this side to this side. Tan inverse will be shifted to this side, that is tan only. Okay. So q1 minus mu upon lambda, this can be written as tan minus pi by 4. So what is tan minus pi by 4? It is minus 1. Okay. So q1 minus mu lambda will be transferred, lambda minus 1. So that means we get this value as minus 1. So lambda into minus 1. So what is q1 over here? q1 is equal to mu minus lambda. So that is my first quartile for Cauchy distribution with two parameters mu and lambda. It is q1 is equal to mu minus lambda. Okay. Now let me find second quartile. Just like first quartile, I can have the value of second quartile as I can put I as 2. So it is 2 by 4. That means it is half. So in fx I can put, instead of x now we put q2. So what is q2? 1 upon pi tan inverse of, instead of x I put q2. So q2 minus mu upon lambda plus half is equal to half. So I need to solve this equation for the value of q2. What it comes? Half get, since it is minus half, it get cancelled. So 0. Then if I transfer pi, so it pi into 0, it is 0. So tan inverse of q2 minus mu upon lambda is equal to 0. So q2 minus mu upon lambda is equal to tan inverse of 0. So can you tell anybody from you what is the value of tan inverse of 0? So tan inverse of 0, no, not only actually tan inverse, it is tan 0. So what is tan 0? Tan 0 is 0. Okay. So what we get? So q2 minus mu is equal to lambda into 0, and hence q2 is equal to mu. Okay. In the nature of the graph, I will told that it is symmetric about x is equal to mu. Since it is symmetric about x is equal to mu, we get the value of q2 as mu over here. Okay. So now let me find q3. So only we can have the value of for q3. I have f of q3 as 3 by 4. So what is the difference? Only I can replace q2 as q3, and over here it is 3 by 4. Okay. So now let me simplify the values as. So how I simplify it? See. So half will be transferred. Sorry, it is 3 by 4. So half will be transferred to this side. So 3 by 4 minus half. So what it comes? 1 by 4. Okay. So tan inverse of Q3 minus mu upon lambda is equal to, I transfer pi to this side. Pi 1 by 4. Okay. Because 3 by 4 minus half. See, 3 by 4 minus half comes as 1 by 4. This term. And since it is 1 upon pi, I will transfer this side to pi. So I can get this as C. Q3 minus mu upon lambda is equal to tan pi by 4. So what is the value of tan pi by 4 again? Tan pi by 4 is 1. So we get this as Q3 minus mu lambda into 1, and hence Q3 is equal to mu plus lambda. Okay. So these are the values of quartiles. So which values we get? Q1 is equal to mu minus lambda. Q2 is equal to mu, and Q3 is equal to mu plus lambda. So from this you see that the values are equidistant from Q2. Q1 and Q3 are equidistant from Q2. That means it is symmetric distribution. Okay, fine. Now the next point is additive property of Cauchy distribution. I have only the statement for your syllabus. That is, there is no need for having the proof of this statement. So what is statement? Statement is if x and y are independent Cauchy variates with parameters mu1 lambda 1 and mu2 lambda 2. So that I may write something on the board. See, suppose I have two random variables x. I have two random variables x as Cauchy distribution with mu1 lambda 1 and y has Cauchy distribution with mu2 lambda 2, then respectively, and obviously these x and y are independent. Then x plus y, that is addition of this. Since it is additive property, we need to add the random variables. So x plus y again follows Cauchy with mu1 plus mu2 comma lambda 1 plus lambda 2. So that is my Cauchy distribution, or addition of two Cauchy distribution is again Cauchy distribution with addition of parameters. Okay. So that is the result. Getting the result? What is the result? Suppose x is Cauchy distribution with parameter mu1 lambda 1, y is Cauchy distribution with parameter mu2 lambda 2, then addition of these two x plus y again follows Cauchy distribution with addition of parameters, that is mu1 plus mu2 and lambda 1 plus lambda 2. So that is my Cauchy distribution. Okay. Then distribution of sample mean. So what is sample mean over here? See, sample means we can draw the values from the population, or we can find the values from the population of Cauchy distribution actually. Okay. So what is statement of this? Again I have statement of this only. So what is statement? If x1, x2, xn be IID random variables. What is IID? Meaning of the IID? The word IID is nothing but independent and identically distributed. Identical means parameters are same. Parameters are same. Independent, you know the concept of independence. Okay. So IID random variables each having Cauchy distribution with parameters mu comma lambda. That means I can write this statement as C. Xi follows Cauchy with mu comma lambda. I is equal to 1 to up to n. That is, for all the values the distribution is same. Okay. Then the sample mean. What is the formula for sample mean? X bar is equal to summation of xi by n. That is our simple mean. Okay. So this also follows Cauchy distribution with a parameter mu comma lambda. Getting the concept? That is, if my xi follows Cauchy mu comma lambda, these all xi's are independent random variables, then sample mean, that is x bar is equal to summation of xi by n. This follows Cauchy with mu comma lambda. Okay. I have only the statement of this. Okay, fine. Now the next is relation with students T distribution. So what is the relation between student T distribution and Cauchy distribution? So do you remember the student T distribution? In SYBSC only, the last topic what we see is exact sampling distribution. In exact sampling distribution, we comes under this distribution, that is T distribution. So the result is, if T follows T distribution with n degrees of freedom, and if we put n is equal to 1, then this T follows Cauchy with 0, 1. So let me prove this result. So that means T distribution with 1 degree of freedom follows Cauchy distribution. So let me write it. The proof is actually very obvious. So therefore PDF of T, let me write it as, or you may write it as FT only. So FT, what is PDF of T? It is 1 divided by root pi beta. What is beta function over here? Half n by 2. Half n by 2. 1 divided by 1 plus t square by n raised to n plus 1 divided by 2. Fine. Isn't it? 1 plus t square by n raised to n plus 1 by 2, and the range of t obvious is minus infinity to infinity. Fine. So I can simply put over here n is equal to 1. Just I told in the statement. So ft is now, this is equal to 1 divided by, since it is root n, we get this as root 1. That means it is 1. Okay. Then I have, see, I can write this as beta half comma half, since I put the value of n as 1. So beta half comma half can be solved as gamma half plus half divided by gamma half into gamma half. Then it is 1 divided by, sorry, it is, okay, 1 divided by, again t square is as it is. So 1 plus t square by n is 1. So it get cancelled. And n is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 by 2 is 1. Hence it is comes in this manner. So see, gamma 1. So half plus half. That means it is gamma 1. So gamma 1 is 1 only. And gamma half can be written as gamma half. How I can write gamma half? You know what is gamma half? Gamma half is nothing but root pi, isn't it? So root pi. So what comes? Ft is equal to now 1 divided by root pi into 1 divided by 1 plus t square. So this is nothing but 1 divided by pi into 1 divided by 1 plus t square. So can you tell me what is the distribution of this now? So isn't it? This is Cauchy distribution with a parameter 0, 1. Fine. So this is T follows Cauchy distribution with 0, 1. That means the result is if T follows Tn and if we put n is equal to 1, then T follows Cauchy with 0, 1. So this is my end of the lecture. So in this lecture you can see what is Cauchy distribution, then the distribution function and quartiles of the distribution, and one property of the Cauchy distribution. Thank you.